Hey guys, what is up? It's GameFace here and welcome back to another breakdown video, and today it is the third and the final breakdown video, not ever, because obviously we are going on to FIFA 14, but for the first day back off the international break, the first couple of games, I decided actually to do 3 matches, just that were on Saturday. So today's match is Everton versus Chelsea. This is the latest kickoff on Saturday, and that is at 5:30. Everton versus Chelsea, that could be a really interesting game. The last time they did meet, it was 2-1 to Chelsea, and that was at home though. Bearing in mind Chelsea are actually going away this time rather than being at home, and it could be quite an interesting match. Now, if we have a look at Everton's latest result, it was against Cardiff, and they drew 0-0. Chelsea's latest result was against Bayern Munich. They also drew, but 2-2. So it could be quite an interesting match to see how the two sides will play against each other. No Fellaini for Everton now, so that should be interesting to see how they play. Chelsea obviously had plenty of signings over the summer, not necessarily on the transfer deadline day, other than getting Lukaku over to Everton on loan. That'll be interesting to see whether Lukaku plays or whether he's allowed to play, because sometimes the club says no, you can't play him against us. Also, they obviously got rid of Victor Moses, so he's not going to be playing. That was all on the transfer deadline day. And they actually signed Christian Atusu, I believe that's what he's called, from Porto for 3.5 million on a transfer deadline day, but he actually got loaned out to Vitesse Arnhem, which I think that's how you pronounce the name again. But Chelsea really didn't bring any people in of any decence on the last day, because they'd done all the business before. But Everton, on the other hand, they did bring in Lukaku, and I think, they'll hopefully do something else. But they did actually get rid of Anichebe to West Brom for £6 million. They've also got Gareth Barry, which they got on loan. That'll be interesting to see whether he starts. Obviously I reckon he'll fill in for Fellaini, who is now obviously gone. Lukaku as well. James McCarthy they got for an undisclosed fee, and that'll be interesting to see whether any of their new signings will be playing. But like I say, in the last 5 games, Everton have won 2 out of the last 5 games, and Chelsea have won 2 as well out of the last 5 games, except Chelsea have lost 1 and Everton have lost 0. However, Everton have drawn 3 and Chelsea have only drawn 2. So it could be quite interesting to see how that goes. Everton obviously really struggling defensively by the looks of it, as they have gone and conceded 4 times in the last 5 games, although 2 of them games are actually 0-0. So that could be interesting to see how this game pans out. But same with Chelsea, they did draw 0-0 against Man United as well on the 26th of August. So again, it could be an interesting game to watch. It might turn out that it is a boring game and it does end in 0-0, or it could turn out that Chelsea will go win it, which I think will happen. I think Chelsea will win this. They probably have too much quality on show, to be honest, for them to not outdo Everton. So in my opinion, I think it will be 3-1 Chelsea, and I think that Everton will struggle a bit in the midfield, but I think they will get a goal back, but I do think it'll be 3-1 at Chelsea. That is pretty much it, to be honest. Like I say, it is a 5:30 kickoff, and I think, I already said that it was a 2-1 win for Chelsea the last time they met. However, the team that Everton put out, obviously it will vary due to the players which they brought in. I do think it could be quite an interesting team that they put out. It's going to be a very strong one for obvious reasons. Chelsea are a strong team. But I think the Chelsea team which will be put out will be similar to the Bayern Munich game, because obviously that was a massive game for Chelsea, trying to win the Super Cup. But I think the Chelsea squad, or the Chelsea team, will be Cech in net, Ivanovic, Cole, Louise, Cahill. Then in midfield, I reckon it'll be playing sort of a centre mid or centre defensive role. It'll be Ramirez and Lampard. And then, as usual, I reckon it'll probably be Oscar, Hazard, and Schürrle, possibly, in the midfield, kind of playing in a bit more of an attacking role. and then I reckon up the Torres up front by himself. Obviously they do have Eto now, so Eto could be an interesting one. Does he play, does he not? And that should be interesting to see whether that happens. Obviously Mata, he's not played, I don't think at all, under Mourinho yet, but he does seem happy to stay, so he didn't obviously leave in the transfer window. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what sort of team Chelsea put out, but I think it will roughly be like that. However, Everton on the other hand will play probably a similar team that they did to Cardiff, obviously with no Fellaini. I reckon he'll be replaced by James McCarthy or Gareth Barry. But I reckon the team will be Howard, Baines, Jagielka, Diston, Coleman, and then instead of Malaras, I think he'll probably play Lukaku, along with Jovekovic or Kone up front, and then he'll have Ross Barkley, Osman, Pina, and Gareth Barry or James McCarthy in the midfield. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode of my breakdown videos, which at the moment we are on season 2, please go leave a like and subscribe. That would be really appreciated. It is nice to see people liking the videos, and also leave a comment as well and I will reply to them as always. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.